Lately, I've traveled in luxury, on your dime, giving campaign speeches, and bad-mouthing a good portion of the population. The number one issue is saving my job. That's the idea behind the Save Barack Obama's Job Act. It does two simple things. It takes money from some people and gives it to others. It creates jobs in some parts of the economy now, at the expense of job losses elsewhere in the economy now or later. It keeps worthless paper-pushing bureaucrats on the job, by threatening to fire police and firemen. It connects the long-term unemployed to temporary work that they would already be doing if it actually existed. And hundreds of thousands of young people, who have been excluded from entry-level jobs by minimum wage laws, can hope for a job next summer. Just like they hoped I would have a clue. This bill cuts taxes for small businesses. It cuts their taxes even more if they hire new workers they cannot afford, because of the increasing costs of doing business, caused by my laws and regulations, and by inflation. It cuts taxes for working families, so you will have more money to pay the increasing prices, caused by the inflation. Inflation caused by the Fed printing money, to bail out their banker friends, and to finance my wild spending spree. In short, it creates jobs, cuts taxes, will not add to the deficit, and I will pay for this plan, and I will pay down our debt. I will make sure we live within our means, even though I have been spending borrowed money like a jackass fool since I came into office. And if you believe that bullshit, then you are as dumb as I thought. Well, actually, you and your children will pay for it, and for the interest. And everyone will pay their fair share, and I will decide what that is. And some future president may decrease the deficit and debt. But it will not be me. And everything in this bill has been supported by spendthrift Democrat and Republican morons before. Now I don't have the luxury of waiting. My job is on the line. 3 years ago this week, a financial crisis caused by the jackass policies of Washington and the Fed, and our buddies on Wall Street, trashed the economy. So the time for action is now, 3 years later. No more games, except for golf. And I know my 2009 stimulus didn't work worth a crap, because that stimulus was spent at $400 billion per year, which was cancelled out by the $400 billion per year interest payments on the national debt. We might as well have just borrowed the money to pay the debt. But this time is different. I want to borrow $450 billion and spend it in 1 year before the election. That leaves $50 billion, not cancelled out by interest payments, left over for jobs. And at $250,000 a job, that will mean about 200,000 new jobs now, and the same amount lost later, when we have to pay the money back. And also, we are using the word jobs now, instead of the word stimulus. That should make a big difference. Now you may be worried. It didn't work before. And we wasted most of the 2009 stimulus money, and spent less than 5% on infrastructure. But a year or two after I am re-elected, you will know if we did any better this time. You may be worried that Franklin Roosevelt kept the Great Depression going with this kind of wasteful spending until the New Deal ended. Well, this is not the New Deal, it is the big fucking deal. And I can make it work this time. And if you think that the real problem with the economy is huge personal and national debt, I have the answer to that. Don't worry about it. I don't. And it's time for members of Congress to stop worrying about their jobs and start worrying about mine. Pass the Save Barack Obama's Job Act now, or my ass is grass. It's time to show the world once again why America remains the greatest nation on earth, but needs fundamental transformation into a Greek-style economy. Is the microphone off now? Good.